We'll do something a little bit different for you today with the new It film getting set to release on September 8th. We decided to go back and watch the original 1990 Tim Curry version. And right off the bat, I'm going to say hysterical. I mean, I know what they were going for. I know it was supposed to be kind of a horror movie.
Ostensibly.
But Tim Curry is so good in the comedic side of this.
Yes. Yes, he's a clown, but a very good one.
You don't say, Kevin.
Jeez. Yeah, he's a very good clown, though. And a scary one to a point, but this film really wasn't all that scary, was it?
It wasn't. And you know what? Let's get that movie, just the basis of it out of the way. We're not going to talk about the fact, look, in the original 1990 version, the adult area and the kids stuff is all very interwoven. It's told in flashbacks, the adults talking about the events as children. So in this movie, you've got a group of kids who are going out, and they kind of come together organically.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of friends already. You've got two of them specifically who are already friends, and the rest of the group kind of forms around that.
Yeah, they become the Losers Club.
Right, the Losers Club as they take on.
Yes, and they start adding new members, but again, it happens really naturally within the screenplay and the book as well. But this film does a good job. I think that was a pretty good job.
Yes.
Of making it look, kind of legit, the way they come together. Mm-hmm. It's fast-paced only because they had, time constraints.
But this town itself seems to be, I mean, it has been ravaged by this monster forever. And this is giving nothing away to either the old film or the new one.
Nope.
He's existed in this town forever. Kids go missing.
Yep.
They disappear, they're murdered, they either find them dead or they don't find them at all.
Correct.
And this group of kids come together and find a way to kind of try to at least combat this evil. I think the movie is so much like other Stephen King novels, Stephen King adaptations.
It's usually based around, the power of kids and the power of belief.
And the power that they have together versus apart.
Correct.
I think they all did pretty well. The children actors did as well as could have been expected.
I agree. There are only a couple moments that are kind of hammy, looking at the camera a little bit here and there, lingering a little too far that way.
Yes.
A little too long on certain shots. But that's, for the most part, I forgive a lot of that.
Oh, I do, especially with children actors, which you maybe wouldn't expect because of how much I talked about Tom Taylor. But
again,
but I'm just saying, I'm not always just hard on child actors. I give them a little bit of leeway.
But still, Jake.
Exactly. Always Jake. Always Jake.
So yeah, basically, the film's pretty well constructed, and the storyline follows these kids. They do a great job, I think, in general terms of making these kids likable and following them. A lot of it through flashback, but they do a good job of that. That's a good, the flashback, I don't like it.
No.
But they do it pretty well here. It feels a little episodic, as you said.
Yes, each thing kind of feels like a separate sketch that just has an overarching villain. Yeah,
pretty much. That's true of it. But do you forgive it that? Really?
I do, but again, I think I forgive it more because I have the understanding and the knowledge that this was a made-for-TV movie. But everyone was good. Seth Green, as a young man, he really carried it for the kids, in my opinion at least. He did. I mean, I know as we were rewatching it, Kevin at one point, Seth Green is a pimp.
He was.
Seth Green is so funny.
He was hilarious. He was a child actor.
Right, he was very funny. Probably around, I mean, I didn't look it up, but he would have been, 14, 15?
Something like that. I didn't realize he was that deep of a child actor. I didn't realize he was...
we talked about, I thought the production value was going to be bad. In my memory, it wasn't.
Yeah, in my mind, the production value was really shoddy. And actually, it was pretty good. The only jarring parts were commercial breaks were set up.
Yes.
Because this is a made-for-TV miniseries.
It was a made-for-TV miniseries, so there were the commercial breaks, which definitely felt like, hey, this is going on. Right, cars screech.
And then black screen for a moment.
Exactly.
So there's that, but really, beyond that, the lighting was pretty good, the camera angles were good, the practical effects were pretty good.
And when they took their shots at Creep, they did land.
Yes.
And I'll give them that, but... Again, the movie was overall, holy hell, was Curry funny.
It's just funny. Curry as Pennywise, who, a literal monster, and something that inspired fear in clowns in a generation of people. Looking back on it, watch it again. He's actually extremely funny. He owns it. He's almost hammy at times.
He does ham it up.
Owns it.
I love it.
Yeah, I loved his portrayal.
So let's talk about grades for this movie, because I think it is something that, it's not going to be the biggest thing. We don't have to keep this to the end.
No.
In my memory, this movie was probably about a B. And I'll say, you know what, flat out, it's still a B. I think it actually held up more than I thought that it did. I expected to go into this coming out saying it was, it's about a C. But Tim Curry's performance is so off the charts that even though there are definitely There are definitely problems with it.
Yeah, it's a favorite television film. Of course.
Right. Even with all of that, Curry's performance elevates this above what I would say was probably a C-level work to a straight B.
Okay, I'm going to go and say I'll grade it a B as well. And it's more of the same because I thought this would just degrade my memory. I thought was kind of robbing me of some kind of clarity here. But really, yeah, this is about a B film. And
He's
it's mostly
so
Curry.
good.
It's mostly Curry because here's the thing. The production value, I, again, was overwhelmed by seeing it again because I'm like, wow, this was way better than I recall it being. I thought it was going to be just like dim lights flickering, basically, filmed in someone's like basement. But this was actually pretty well done. And the kids weren't bad, especially Seth Green. He was really funny.
They clearly loved the source material.
They did. But then they respect it. And that's the thing. And the only reason I can't give this like an A is because they didn't go that far. They couldn't. But they also didn't go that far with it. And that's fine. This was a different beast.
It was. And I'll tell you what, that was an incredibly wise thing of you to say.
Very wise of your dad, Georgie. Very wise indeed.
All right.
Very wise indeed.
So let's get into let's get into the shoes that have to be filled.
And this, oh my God! Of course you went there. I'm gonna start drinking.
What are you gonna do? Take a penalty shot? So, Skarsgård has a lot to live up to. It's a lot like Johnny Depp coming into the Wilder role with Willy Wonka, and I mean, obviously that was historically bad. And I don't for a second think that Skarsgård is going to fail on that scale.
I doubt it. That's colossal. I don't think he's going to fail like that.
It was a horrible failure, and we're not going to get into that, but...
that's the kind of idea. This isn't like a James Bond scenario,
no.
where you've had multiple actors over the course of time playing, even if one is iconic, let's say Connery,
yes.
Even though that's the case, there have been so many others that play it that when you see someone else come in, it's more like, oh, this is a new interpretation, let's see how this goes.
Right.
This is different. This is it is,
and I think they're already paying respect to it by splitting this up into two. To understand, this is like an 1,100-page book.
Oh yeah, it's very wise.
And so you've got to break this up into two films.
Yes.
And I hope that there's still the humor. I don't think there could ever be Tim Curry levels of humor, and frankly, that's good.
Probably good.
You are not Tim Curry. You're not going to pull it off in that same way.
Exactly. To pay respect to this, all you have to do is make a good movie, frankly.
Right.
That's how
and they're clearly just going for more. Whether it's traditional to the book or not remains to be seen.
We'll see.
But it definitely seems to have the more scary aspect that the book has.
Where this just wasn't a scary film. The 1990 film was not that scary.
It tries at moments.
A little bit.
But not too hard.
It would scare kids more so.
Yes.
As an adult watching it again, you get more of the humor and the nuance of Curry. Oh my God. God, he's good. He's so good. I can't get over it. Like, I want to watch him again. Like, he's so good at it.
I could watch his performance as Pennywise all day long.
You can pull my arm off. I don't care.
That would be a little far.
It was great though. Yeah. So there's a lot to live up to with this next film. But frankly, the old one still holds up, and that actually kind of makes it harder. The fact that it still holds up.
It does. So what's your hope for then how it is? I mean, do you hope that they go straight humor? Do you hope they go straight horror? I mean, obviously, we hope there's a mixed bag.
Yeah, there should be a balance.
Which way would you hope that they lean?
In this film, I actually hope they lean toward the horror because the book is exceptionally scary. The book is really quite a frightening piece of work there. So this film, the 1990 film that we just recently watched here, didn't really delve into that because of the limitations they couldn't.
Right.
But they also really only hinted at a lot of things that were very scary about the character of it. The idea of this everlasting being, right? They only touch on that. I hope.
And there wasn't much transformation.
An essential part of this character is that he can be anything.
Right. He loves the character.
He loves the hunt. He loves Pennywise.
Right.
He loves the hunt. He loves cajoling. He likes to make people feel awkward and strange.
He talks about how fear seasons the meat.
It's like salting the meat. Right.
And you said, I'm with you that I really hope that they do that mix, but definitely move more toward horror.
I think angle it a little bit toward horror, which looks to be the case, hopefully so.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed our retrospective on 1990's It. We're going to be posting a new one, I think on Friday. We're going to go see this film on Thursday. If you do want to see it and you enjoy what we're doing, go ahead and click like, share, and subscribe. Remember to hit the alarm bell so you can know when we upload a new film. And until then, keep your glasses full.
They all float.
Yes, they do.